Good morning again, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Monday Morning Coffee. I am Evan over here at the True North Outpost. And it is Monday morning. We have coffee. And today we're talking about bikes. Guys, I am so excited. I mentioned this, I think, on the last Monday Morning Coffee episode that I love everything we do here at True North Outpost, but close to my heart, I always get excited about mountain bikes and climbing. And last Monday Morning Coffee episode, by the way, if you haven't checked it out, at the end of this video, we'll make sure we have a little link so you can go check out our last episode that was talking about our brand new climbing gym, which is now open. So I was super excited about that last week, and I'm even more excited this week to talk to you about our brand new fleet of mountain bikes that we have coming in. Now, we have a couple different options available. The one that you're seeing in front of me we'll talk about in a second, but there is a more advanced option than this bike in front of me that is brought to you by our friends at Haro Bikes. So Haro has the Shift S3. It is a full suspension mountain bike, 120 mil travel in the front via a Sun Tour fork, 120 mil of travel in the back. It is a full suspension bike. It's a 29er, it runs tubeless. It's a beautiful bike. We can nerd out about that one later, but that one is currently in the mail coming from Haro. We'll be getting those bikes in a couple days, I think. So what we have in front of me today, though, is our dream hardtail. This is the Haro Double Peak Trail 29er. This is their 2020 bike. This bike is brand spanking new this year. And I've been kind of following Haro for a little while. I really like the work that they've been doing with Cannondale, so I've been kind of paying attention to what they've been doing, and I am not kidding you when I tell you that this is a dream hardtail. This thing is so sick. On top of it just being a really awesome color, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but the black, the flat black with the red and the black cassette, the black crank, everything on it is just the handlebars, the grips. I love it. It's murdered out in a way that just makes me happy to look at. We really wanted to offer something for new riders or for riders that maybe weren't as advanced. And we wanted to give you a hardtail option, pull you away from a full suspension bike, give you a really nice hardtail option that number one, rides well, number two, rolls and tracks really well, and number three is a comfortable, easy, smooth bike to ride. With a hardtail, you are going to have a shock on the front, and this one's got 120 mils of travel with the Sun Tour XCT on the front of it. On the back, though, there is no suspension. Hardtail just means that there is no suspension on the back of the bike. So lots of people have that misconception that a hardtail is going to give you this terrible, bumpy, awful ride. And a lot of you that have mountain bikes out there, I'm sure, probably have hardtails. And what you've noticed is that you get out on trails or you get out in rocky sections of single track and you're bouncing all over the place. It's a miserable ride. Generally, that happens because the bike you're riding is probably not designed very well. This, however, is not a $300, $400 mountain bike. This mountain bike right now on Haro, I believe, retails for $920 something. So I'm just going to break down a couple cool things about this bike that make this different from, I'm sure, the hardtail that you're probably riding right now. It's an aluminum bike. It comes in, I don't remember the weight exactly, but it comes in under 35 pounds, I believe. It is an incredibly, I am not a super strong guy, and this is an incredibly light bike. So it'll hold up to anything you want to throw at it, and that's one of the reasons why we have it as a rental bike, because it'll hold up to all of the abuse that our customers are going to put this bike through. That is adjustable to full ride suspension, which is going to give you your most squish, all the way to a full lockout, which gives you no suspension on the front for riding on roads and things like that, gravel trail. You can pull the suspension down just a little bit to get just a tiny bit of suspension for riding gravel. So you have a lot of options you can ride with this bike. The 29-inch tire, with it being a little bit bigger, means your rolling resistance is greatly, dramatically increased. So you are able to roll over a lot of rocks, a lot of bumps, a lot of ruts and holes. Things that would encumber your 27.5-inch tire really don't ding as hard on a 29-inch tire. A couple other cool features about this bike is that it is set up with all Shimano equipment. So it's got the Shimano Altus crankset. Haro did a really great job with not mixing and matching like a lot of other bike companies do. So it's Altus crank, Altus front, Altus cassette. It's got the Altus remotes up in the front. So we've got 9 speeds on the back and 2 speeds on the front. So more than enough of what you're going to need to be out there on the trails with what we have going on in our area. These are hydraulic brakes. The hydraulic brakes are awesome. You have never stopped like you've stopped before using hydraulic brakes. They are so cool. Another cool thing that I just want to add really fast about this bike too is that it is set up with an enduro trail geometry. It does have the tapered head tube on the front. We don't have to get nerdy about that. But the tapered head tube, the head angle, and the geometry of the bike is set up to make a really silky smooth ride, even, yes, on a hardtail. I'm really going to stop raving about it, and I'm just going to get to two other things that you're going to have on every one of our bikes. Well, three actually. One of them is not active right now, but we do have a bike-mounted light that's going to be on the front of every one of our rental bikes. Also, every one of our bikes is going to come with an onboard bike pump. So if you guys ever end up with a flat or any situations like that, you need to put in air or take out air, the bike pump will be part of the bike as well. And then also on every one of our bikes, we have a reflective back. But every one of these is going to have a tire lever, a patch kit for tubes, for patching tubes. There's also a tire lever to get that rubber off. And we have this, who makes this? Yeah, this is Huffy, that's what I thought. So we have the Huffy trail set. This trail set will be good for tightening or adjusting anything on the bike you need to. Also in here too, I am going to have a 29-inch tube. So if you need to change a tube out on the trail, all of that stuff will be here available for you. By the time you guys see this video, I will have this bike out in Arizona with me. I'm going to be traveling to Arizona with my girlfriend and my family, and we're going to do a serious amount of riding when we get out there. I will have this bike coming out to Arizona with me, and I promise you, I will adventure test the crap out of this thing. And I will definitely be keeping a little video log of that too, so look for that coming up on our website as well and on our YouTube page. Make sure you come down and check them out. Again, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today and nerding out with me for what I'm sure was a long, really fast rambling episode. If you like the video, feel free to hit that little thumbs up down there. If something rubbed you the wrong way, leave us a comment and let us know. What kind of bikes are you guys riding? How do you feel about the Haro Double Peak 2020? What do you think about hardtails as opposed to full suspensions? What do you want to see coming from us? Go ahead and leave those comments down below. We want to read all that stuff. We respond to everything. So feel free to check us out down there. And as always, like and subscribe. Feel free to check out the video down below. Click on the little logo down here to subscribe. And as always, this is Monday Morning Coffee. I'm probably going to go ride this bike. See you in a little bit.